Hello. Live. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. A bit of a last-minute impromptu live.
Yeah, we enjoyed last week's one, and
yeah. Did we do it about the same time last week?
Maybe a little later.
5-ish, 6-ish?
No, it was 6-ish.
We got some complaints that people were asleep in Europe, so that would make sense.
Very true.
As you guys start to come online, hey Aaron, how's it going? Feel free to chime in with your questions. We're going to be on for about, we're going to be on until 6. I'm going to be strict this time because I actually have to go. We're going to be on for 35 minutes.
Yeah.
G410, not yet. Soon. We'll see you at the show.
Yeah,
Can we film it at the show?
Do you know, I was thinking about this actually yesterday. Our first opportunity to film with it will actually be at Acro Day.
Okay, so next Monday.
Yeah. So Monday we will have a sort of a little
That'll be fun.
kind of interesting review with that one, even prior to launching, really.
I'll address the Cobra F9. Not yet. We have one.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have it in the right configuration, so we haven't done a review yet. We were going to, but we only have a 9-degree head. So we're going to wait for probably 10.5 for Al, and then probably a 9 for me, and then we'll do what we did with the Callaway driver. So we'll do the little three review series, which I think people liked.
Yeah. Bear with us, guys. It's interesting on this format. Even when you guys ask questions, it jumps forward, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It refreshes forward. So we're not missing any questions on purpose, but I just noticed it do that again. So
I'm doing my best to stay with it.
Juan, nice to see you, buddy.
Yep. How's it going? Where's that? Sorry. Mizuno drivers maybe this week.
It arrived today, I believe.
Yeah, so we should be able to, if we can squeeze out
we
some
have
time.
an embargo. We have the embargo down until the 22nd of January on that one. So that's demo day.
Oh, right. So we might try to film it, hold on to the video, and then release it once it's
that's right.
Once it's allowed.
Mm-hmm.
The Stroke Lab powder shaft, you haven't had a chance to. That's the new Odyssey one.
I've seen it, and I've not had a chance to do some head-to-head testing on it yet. It's different. It's not. Yeah. It's not the same. It's not the same concept, but it's similar.
Is that right?
It's an advancement on. I mean, here's what I'll say about it, Zach. You know, we'll do our kind of research, and then we'll tell you what we obviously genuinely think. But the putter shaft will never be the same again.
Is that, you think so? Eh?
Yeah. The putter shaft, after what Breakthrough Technologies have done, what obviously Odyssey are doing with theirs, the putter shaft will never be just a putter shaft again.
So you think it was that significant of a development that actually made a difference to, something you could quantify when you were fitting?
We were,
That's cool.
Mike, our club builder, was talking to the guys at Artisan Golf this week.
Okay.
And they were saying that they will probably never sell a putter with a standard putter shaft.
That's
again.
crazy.
They said
that's cool though.
Like there's no reason you would you use a standard putter shaft. There's zero downside.
Would you compare it to? This is maybe a bit premature, but would you compare it to what occurred with steel shafts in a driver, where no one puts steel shaft in a driver anymore? Eventually, that will occur.
Yeah,
it's interesting to hear that. So this is a perfect question. Okay, go first. You want to do that now?
G2626. What is your history with Modern Golf? Do you recommend going to them? So I started Modern Golf. So I was one of the original founders of Modern Golf in 2011. We founded it, grew it. It still has a piece of me there, that's for sure. Love what we were able to do there, but ultimately I just wanted to leave my own fingerprint on my own company. So that's what I've done with TXG. Would I recommend going to them over TXG? No, of course not.
Why would you?
No.
It's just bad business. This I thought was interesting because we kind of started this kind of a series today. And you do more videos on tech aspects like COR, torque, etc., and how they affect us. So today we filmed a video.
Doing that stuff. No question.
Let me get them a preview.
Yeah, you guys are going to see something that is
we're not going to
really cool.
They're getting a very quick preview.
Okay.
But you did something. No, don't go into it. So you went and visited the Golf Lab, which is north of Toronto, and did a process on the Epic Flash driver called CG mapping.
Yes.
So there's a video coming out later this week that is basically about where the actual center of gravity location is.
To get a quick glance across the screen.
Yeah. So that's been
See
mapped.
those lines?
Yeah.
Green ones, gold ones on the bottom. Green ones, gold ones, silver ones. So
this was one of the more interesting pre-video conversations we've ever had. I think when you were going through what you had kind of measured there, I kind of thought this is really, really interesting. A lot of cool implications, I think, for the future of what you'll do for fittings, potentially what you'll do for actual club sales, and obviously what we'll present in videos.
I think what it comes down to a little bit as well, Matty, is a lot of people think club fitting is launch and spin and shaft. It's so much more than that. There are so many more variables, and you'll see this the deeper the conversations we end up having go. And even I talk to my team sometimes, and we'll kind of sometimes grab their attention with some things we talked about with regards to implications of off-center strikes and the way CG changes with regards to face-to-path relationships and stuff like that. So those are the deep intricacies of club fitting, or even just club delivery in general. Yeah. That obviously the more we educate ourselves, the more we're exposed to.
That's cool. So that's coming out later this week. Don't miss that one. Very, very interesting. Oh, sorry. Questions just refreshed again. Bear with me a moment. I'm going to answer this one. Do we ever get to test cut golf balls? No, because they ignored my messages. Oh. So if you want us to test cut golf balls,
hound them,
harass them on Instagram and other social media networks, because they ignored us. Hope it wasn't something we said. Need some Mark Crossfield questions.
Can we hear more about
Mr. 262? You can hear more about Mr. 270, Alan Panunzio, if you want.
There was something about our super speed training there. Just got that. Ian, how is the super speed training going? I understand you were injured. So, I get kind of chronic neck pain from time to time. It is exceptionally difficult for me to go through 12-week period without being injured, and it almost next never happens. I don't know if it's best to find another candidate or something like that. I mean,
for sure.
On Saturday, I've been doing super speed training recently, and on Saturday, I probably saw the best ball speed gains I'd had in a long, long time. It's back up in the high 160s.
That's great.
Guys, when I do it, it works. Like it flat out works. I mean, if that's the answer you're looking for, does it work or doesn't it? It does. It improves my golf swing in so many ways. I've got a really short transition, and when I do the super speed drills, my tempo and timing is the best that it feels like it ever is.
Interesting.
And I swing it faster, I hit it further, I'm more optimized. It 100% helps me. It's just I can't stay healthy enough for long enough to not have it. I just get
I can sympathize
with my right shoulder and can't do it.
Probably would be cool if we we'll have to think about it, but I think some people asked if we could go with someone who's really lacking in speed and see if they could commit to it. But
that's right. Somebody who,
really needs it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that you don't stand to benefit from it. You do stand to benefit.
Definitely.
Well, everyone does, to be fair.
Well, I was thinking about this actually the other day when I was looking at my numbers, and I had some good numbers going than the other night when I was hitting some balls. And I'd actually like to show you guys my TrackMan data from about 4 years ago.
That would be cool.
And I couldn't swing the golf club over 100 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah. And now it's 112 to 114.
It's a big pickup.
It's a big pickup.
All right.
Lots of
UK and Australia.
Guys, how are you? There was a question. Favorite UK course from Conrad, Loch Lomond.
That's the one.
Navoni Banks, Loch Lomond. I mean, if we're going to say Parkland, Loch Lomond, Links, it's Turnberry.
You heard it here first. We're having a tea, actually.
James, it's tea.
It's tea. Still on caffeine. Fine enjoyment. This is a good question. We talked about this in one of the videos.
Yes. Meaningful, Zach, for Titleist to win the driver count. Yeah, of course, definitely. I think meaningful for them to win the driver count. Yes, dominant to win top to bottom.
Yeah,
very interesting.
That's much more, probably more significant as a company that makes every category.
Yeah, you better believe they sold some drivers. Now, look at it this way: the embargoes are currently lifting. The guys who can play will start playing more. I'll be more interested in April if they're winning driver counts than if they are right now.
Right.
There'll be some guys who, you know, aren't allowed yet. You know, the marquee players are allowed to hit the new stuff. The rest of the guys maybe haven't transitioned into it yet because they're just getting their seasons going. Normally they don't do a lot of their testing until they get on the mainland anyway. So yeah, a lot of that. So it'll take a while. I mean, there'll be guys right now still using, you know, 2017 M2 things. You know, other drivers like that, Epic.
They're just not the guys that get paid the most because they have to play it. Okay. Yeah. We don't have the M5 and M6 yet, Ryan. Speaking of people to ask to hurry up,
keen to see it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Have you seen any? I've seen just.
I haven't seen it
in person.
No,
nothing. No. We're not matching today, Marco. No, not even close. You got it right. I am wearing the same pants as Alan, so someone was matching.
That's right. Is TXG related to modern golf? No, not related. Not related at all.
Just have you in common.
That's right.
Someone just sent us a little tip. I'm going to find out who that was. Hopper Dropper, thank you for that. Let's get to your question. That's
love junk.
Absolutely we are.
Yeah, I've never influenced with mirror clubs or
yeah. So asking if we're going to look at Miuras, which we will. You had a good point that there's what's the new series called that everyone's curious about?
MC501. MC501. They've got the new 301 launching. They've got the 601. I think we'll spend a decent amount of time at the Miura booth when we're down there. And
demo day too.
Really kind of look into it. You know, we were lucky enough to be invited to be on some of their some of the information they put out there. They launched a film, a documentary.
Yeah, that's right. You were on that.
They asked us to be on it, which was really cool. I know the guys at Miura, know all of them very, very well. They're all close personal friends. So I was actually looking at maybe putting a in the bag this year.
They're so gorgeous. Sharp. They're just really good, really nice. So he's also asking about other end of the price range. So basically clubs that are in the budget range. So I guess the best way to answer that is we are starting to get into testing those kind of clubs.
We saw some you know, we came out our lane a little bit last week in trying that Tour Edge driver. And you know, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
You know, for us to be able to recommend a driver for you guys that has, you know, $400 head and a $300 shaft, which is a, you know, really nice shaft, and it still matches the price point of a standard M5 or an Epic Flash. I think that
it was very good value. Yeah, no, I think people appreciate it. So to answer your question, yes, we'll be doing more of that. We got Ben Hogan coming in. I know I keep saying that, but they apparently have sent us stuff.
Definitely.
So there's a couple other companies.
Yeah.
Let me
definitely do that.
Let me try to find where I was roughly. They really should organize the questions a little bit better. YouTube, are you listening, YouTube? I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit, okay? Because if anyone has asked us, that's a good question. Have you seen that Tiger Woods P70 W iron?
Yeah. Tommy Fleetwood's been testing them. Any chance to come to retail? Yeah, most likely.
Right?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Because I heard rumors of that. His going to TaylorMade, there was some future plan to have a TW line of clubs. I know. So well, I guess
the
it might be happening.
interesting thing was again, in the rumor mill, it's hard to sort of,
speculation.
Speculation, but they're no longer being made by Artisan like the first set where because they have the kind of the milling on the bottom that the TaylorMade wedges have.
Yeah.
So the new irons have that.
As well. So Tiger wanted that. Interesting. Do you miss links golf, Ian? I'm sure he does.
I miss the option of playing links golf.
That's a good way of putting it. Because important to say, you love like Long Island and New Jersey area with some of those golf courses.
It's my absolute favorite place to play golf in the world. I think obviously coming from Scotland, I know a lot of people love to play golf in Scotland, but it's different when you come from there. Of course. Definitely for me, Long Island is the best. Shinnecock, National, Atlantic, Sabonic, all those tracks, special.
Mr. Hogan says he'll send us some cut golf balls. That'd be great, but don't go out of your way. They really should send us some, but if they won't, we would not say no.
I think when we're down, when we are down at the show, we're going to get better contacts, and we'll probably establish, a lot of connections in order to do that type of stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah, very good point. That's actually kind of a good question. So I'm going to paraphrase this a bit. Okay. how much of a person's physical dimensions do you factor into their fit, or are you basically looking at the swing dynamics as the vast majority? Like if someone comes in and they're really tall and have odd shaped or length arms or something, are you biasing the fit in any way? Are you recommending something strictly because of that, or is it all strictly based on how the club ends up being swung?
I think one leads to the other for the most part. I mean, unless we're talking about a standard, height with a particularly long arm or a shorter arm, that sort of thing. Ultimately, it comes down to contact. Which allows you to make the best contact. So static mapping, we don't do much of that anymore. That's for sure. But
I think it's just like the old adage, like wrist to floor and all that kind of stuff. People are curious if that's still
I think
a thing.
We are going to go and do LIBOR testing, and we're going to do some of the old school methods
just to compare whether they're effective.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. We're trying to get caught up here, guys. Bear with us. Should you wear golf shoes during a fitting?
Yes.
Yes, you should.
Absolutely. Definitely. James P is having a cup of tea with us.
Okay, this guy needs to go. Goodbye. Goodbye. It's the first live banning that was necessary.
It is. I like that. The trap door was opened.
I like it. I think it's a sign of popularity. Question about Rick Shields' YouTube golf tournament. To be perfectly honest, I looked at it quite a bit. I don't really understand the nature of it being open to everyone, because I keep hearing that people say, like someone said, it'd be nice if you guys participated. And I think I answered, we would certainly be interested if we were invited. Right. And I think everyone's under the impression that it's open to anyone, but a golf tournament must have some limitation. There isn't going to be 10,000 people on the golf course. So
it's open to viewers, YouTube?
No, well, yes. I don't know if the viewers are spectating or if they're playing. So, curious to see what, I think he'll release more details as they come. But if you're wondering if we're interested or if we're watching, we certainly are. Yeah, we definitely have to see when and where it is. Obviously, I'm sure it's in the UK, as it should be. But yeah, we have our eye on it for sure. Driver and 3-wood shaft, should they be the same or different?
More often, in fact, almost never the same.
Interesting.
Rarely the same.
Which is the complete opposite of what people think.
It can be, if you just have a profile that you like. I remember for a little while I played Tennessee White in both.
Did you? Yeah, but that's almost coincidental, you would say, versus it being a rule. It's very rare.
Coincidental. And in actual fact, anytime I try Tennessee White now, I can't hit it.
I like it.
I hit it recently. I just struggle with it. Stuart Sink signing Ping 11 Club deal. Great first week.
True.
He had a great first week with them. Ping are making great stuff. They're great people to deal with. They're an absolute top company. I just can't say enough good stuff about Ping. I really can't. There's certain probably maybe gripes you may have with certain companies on different things to do. I can't say one bad thing about Ping as a company. It's good. I really can't say one.
It's very respectable to have that kind of a reputation, I think.
And that's what they are. They're from a moral standpoint. They sit right where I'm very comfortable with where they are as a company. They don't overmarket, overhype, under-deliver on their products, which is the key. I
think people who spend $500, $600, $700 on clubs would appreciate that kind of sentiment, right? They feel that they're getting good value. Does front to back weighting affect the driver's closure rate? Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one, with regards to, yes, it does. It does. The further back CG is, the more sort of the face will close, or the faster the face will close. Right. Yes, it does. So the Sub-Zero Epic that has a weight up here tends to be more fade biased. Exactly. Yeah. Good question. So JDM meaning Japanese? Japanese versus US clubs. We have no Japanese versus US clubs. Is Miura considered a Japan? But they have American-based products. They have distribution here. They have distribution here. They have their local line, which is the Miura Geekin line, and then obviously they have two divisions. They have Miura Geekin, which is the regional Miura, which is local, and then they have Miura Worldwide, which is what the 1008, the 501, all those ones fall into. Okay. Yeah. we'll definitely have more stuff from them. I think you carry EPON and a couple other ones.
Yeah, we carry.
So
yep.
I think this time of year there's just so much other stuff coming out. It might not be top of our list, but
for sure.
How close are you to the 25? Chris has got a good memory. We're getting very close, Chris. We're probably about
talking about earlier.
800 away. Will we make it before the PGA show? It's probably going to happen during the week.
We hope so. Well, we hope that obviously the amount of content we have going through the week, we hope.
And prior to next week. We have a video every day almost.
Yeah. So we'll have enough to, I think, stimulate enough interest. It should be next week. So that'd be pretty cool to film the winner, or film the kind of live draw, if you like.
From the hotel lobby, perhaps? Maybe on a golf course?
Definitely.
I'd like to film that in Orlando. That'd be nice. Hanma, we're trying to get in touch. Mikey was...
So I spoke with, actually, twist of fate, the tour rep is a good friend of mine. He just...
of course he is, folks.
He just got the job. He just got finished working with Justin Rose and
really?
A couple other players. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to kind of mention other names, but he just got finished doing a lot of testing with those guys. Exciting stuff.
That's really cool.
I mean, they don't see themselves in a lofty position at all. They see themselves as, there's only from the bottom of the heap, there's only one way, and that's up. So it's a pretty good way to
be honest with you, when I first heard about it, I thought I don't get this whole thing. But the number of people that have asked about Honma clubs since that announcement makes it clear that it was a good decision. Because when was the last time prior to that someone said, "Hey, are you guys testing Honma clubs?"
Yeah,
no,
I
ever.
know.
And now tons of people ask.
Yeah. Well, I remember looking at that Tour World line 2 years ago. Actually, yeah, we looked at them very seriously a couple of years ago. And unfortunately, the guy who had distribution rights at the time ended up leaving the position, and we didn't have access to it after that. But yeah, I think the stuff's good.
Interesting. More to come. Okay. Ed, we're gonna get to your driver fit first. Well, let me just answer this really quick because now I said.
Sure, go for it.
Swings driver 113 to 115. He's using a stiff shaft, but he finds the X flex goes left. I'm assuming you're right-handed with his LS Tech. That's good. Ed is an educated viewer because he's asking about not having enough spin. There's probably a few different reasons the ball can go left.
I know,
it's kind of hard to tell, Ed, to be honest with you.
Tough, Ed. I mean, I would say, I would ask you first about your strike point. To today's sort of theme of what we seem to have been working on today a lot in our videos.
Yeah.
Ed, good point. Are you striking it? You striking it kind of off center enough that the ball's gearing in that direction? Are you mapping your face angle relative to the path and the target? All those sorts of variables play their own role.
The strike alone could just completely skew your perception.
Definitely. I mean, at 113 to 115. You're going to be stressing your timing capabilities. I would say probably X is a better fit.
Maybe it's not the stiffest X profile.
It depends. Yeah, it depends what one. It depends what weight. Depends. The balance. Have you got enough balance in the head weight? To know exactly where the head is to locate the CG on the downswing.
This is the one you pointed out here.
It would be good to see a service where people can come back after a fitting to see how their setup fits without committing to a total new fit. That's what we offer. Yeah, we already offer that, Tony. Yeah, we already offer that.
Yep.
And, our customers
do a lot of those, don't you?
We do a lot of that. It's kind of we say when after the transaction, that's far from the last time we see our customers. We want to keep that relationship because the nature of your swing is that it will evolve and change, and we want to make sure the clubs are always optimized to you. So yeah, that is exactly what we do offer.
If you're in town, Tony, come in for that for sure. David's asking about one length clubs. Sterling Irons sent us tried to send us a set, but they didn't send us a short iron. They only sent us a
4 and a 6.
Yeah, so we emailed them and said, "Can you send us the 9?" So when that comes in, yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we haven't delved into much yet, but we will.
We haven't delved into it at all.
No, that's true.
We just keep saying we'll do it. We tried. They didn't send us the right clubs.
Do you know what? Honestly, guys, and that's the thing. Like a lot of the time when we have these topics that we want to touch on and you guys ask for, we are looking, we are trying.
It takes time.
Sometimes, the reps are not always playing ball. Should I open that can of worms now?
Well, it's probably, and even if it's
loose.
Probably not the reps. Anyway, it's not my business. I'm here for other purposes. But I think it's Canada is obviously not a priority as a territory, so I get that.
It feels that way sometimes.
Yeah, so maybe the reps are getting their stuff later, and that in turn passes on to you, and, and you're getting it later. So
well, especially like the guys, most of our viewers, are spending some time on YouTube and see other channels, and the guys in the other channels aren't getting it, because they do more business. That's for sure.
No, it's publicity thing, right?
That's what it is.
So hopefully that changes. It is a source of frustration. That's why you were laughing. But it just drives me crazy because I think it's just they should be paying attention to, I'm not saying we're the biggest channel in the world, but at least get us some stuff on time so we can be in line with everyone else.
Hopefully we can't be guilty too many times of ever not doing a product justice with sort of giving you guys the information on what it does, who it's for, focusing on that sort of stuff. So I don't know why they wouldn't, but
I think it'll start to change.
Time will tell.
Okay. Yes, we will be testing 2019 balls. We hit Srixon balls for like 2 hours last week, doing plenty of testing. Initial results were that it's a good ball, but we didn't have the product release info at the time. Have you hit the new Pro Vs? Tried them? We haven't tested those. Mikey had us leave. I think that's it. Yeah, I think we haven't done ball testing in a while. It's very time consuming, but probably maybe after the show we can get into that again.
Yep.
What do you see?
McMac Daddy. Would you consider Ping G400 as a high spin driver because when I have a 90-degree club head speed of 110 average over 3,000 spin, should I change to lower loft? Honestly, the answer to that is yes. It can be in certain people's hands a high spin driver.
It's higher than some others. It's too high spin
for me. I can't play it. I really wanted to play it. I mean, you guys may remember the fairway finder. That was intended to be me trying a G400 max to get into a 9-degree open to 8. Didn't matter what I done to it. Just doesn't work.
If you're a higher spin player, it probably doesn't suit you.
100%.
Well, I guess we'll see what occurs with the newer line. It wouldn't surprise me if the 410 LST became lower spin to compete with M5.
You and I are polar opposite, aren't we? Because you struggle with the real low spin heads, and I can't. I struggle with that. I really struggle with the other heads. So we're other ends of the spectrum. It's true. Okay, so original epic questions. We are going to do that. We just have to get. You sent me a good message about that the other day.
Yeah, so I actually have a friend who it's his prized possession. I don't think he'll mind lending it to me, but he's on vacation. So when he gets back,
I mean, Michael, we don't obviously keep out of line products, especially not a couple of years out of line.
Logistically, not going to happen.
We're not going to have that in store. So if we can get our hands on it, by all means, we'll do a video. I think it's a very relevant video.
Yes.
Perhaps more relevant than Rogue versus Epic Flash. Yeah, we acknowledge that. We just didn't have Epic.
But I still think that people were deciding between Rogue and Epic Flash. It still was a question. But yeah, the original Epic, we will do our very best.
Peter, will we be doing any more podcasts with Johnny Wonder at Golf WRS? Actually, I was scheduled to do one this morning, but we couldn't get the guest tied down to a time that worked for all of us.
Okay.
So the answer is yes, definitely. We'll be doing a little bit more co-hosting on very specific equipment ones where I can add a little value to Johnny and that type of thing.
Nice. We're not going to go into any tailor-made stuff because we don't have them yet. So Jonathan, stay tuned on that.
Stay tuned, Jonathan.
We'll be coming.
We'll get there, pal. Sean, greetings from England. Greetings from Canada, Sean.
Improvement from Zing 2 irons.
I think it's been Zing 2 irons.
It's a fairly new golfer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good iron, Sean, if you've just started playing. I mean, you're probably at the point where I hope you're going to improve so significantly over the next little while that you may be improving out of those pretty quickly, but I'd stick with them for now. Develop your technique and certainly get fit once you feel like your equipment, your instructor gives you the nod that your swing is
ready for that.
Ready for it, yeah.
Okay, this is Alan.
That's funny.
Ian's favorite hot drink is a tea. In case someone just started watching, I like espresso personally, but I did have a tea with the man tonight because I'm not going to drink espresso at 6 o'clock at night. Not a good idea.
Juan, we are about 1,000 away from the 25,000 away.
Yeah,
is it less?
It's like 850 or so.
Awesome. Yeah.
If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed,
no,
please go ahead.
Come on, guys.
Tell your friends. Get your kids to subscribe. Grandma,
TXG
grandpa.
not in the UK. What is the minimum we should expect?
That's
TXG is not in the UK. We've kind of given.
You have a video
on what?
On how to get the best out of your club fitting.
Yes. Yeah.
AJ. Yeah. Search.
No, we do.
It's called how to get the most out of your club fitting. I believe me and you did that. It was a good long discussion. So if you haven't seen that one,
I actually thought that might have been one of our more valuable videos that we've done to this point.
One of your favorites. I think it was.
I thought that a lot of people could get value for that if you're thinking about club fitting.
JMac, yes, lots more road trips planned. Oh God, where'd your question go? Where did it go? Oh my goodness. Yeah, guys, thanks for all the questions. No, this is another question. I haven't caught up yet.
No, you bastard. That was McMac Daddy. Going.
No, I'm telling you. No. This is a record number of questions. There we are. There's the coffee cups.
Wow.
Yeah, more road trips planned. Obviously, we're going to Orlando for the show next week. But yeah, there's other stuff in the works. We just have to sit and talk about it.
Yeah.
It's been just been a busy off season so far. Aaron, is there a new AVX ball coming out? Shouldn't be, no. 2-year product cycle on those.
If you had Project X shafts in your Forte pitch and wedge, would you do the same in the wedges? Russell, not necessarily. I would look at something like an LZ, something that's a little bit easier to load.
Okay. Let's do a little rapid fire. Rapid fire through a few.
Yeah. Throw them at me. I'll wait and read them.
Performance Insurance Group is asking if you have a referral rewards program. Yes, you do.
Yes, we do.
Graphite
Design DI6S, best-selling shaft from Graphite Design. Still the best-selling shaft in the last 10 years.
That's
yep,
insane.
We still have it.
Same shaft?
Yep.
That's wild. Okay. Sorry, guys. I know a lot of you were commenting on what we were saying at the time, and we're probably 15 minutes behind that in the questions, just doing our best. Bridgestone clubs. Had a few people ask about that.
We have a meeting with them. Okay. Yeah, we have a meeting with them coming up. So
this is informative for me as well.
Yeah, we will meet with them about potentially bringing them into the store.
At least to test.
Yep, and we'll be asking them for some sleeves of golf balls.
Yes.
You guys are desperate to see that.
Golf ball reviews.
Yes.
Absolutely, that's a great idea. Courtney's asking, should you refit the driver after adding 15-mile-an-hour club head speed? Yeah, I would say so. Courtney, that's very fast.
112 to 126, and so things whippy. Yeah, it surely would.
Get refit, my friend. Craig's asking if I'm going to have any new gear in the bag for this season. Probably, yeah. Probably quite a bit. I like my 3-wood. That probably won't go anywhere. I think I
will change our driver. Yeah, so good.
No, I don't think the driver will change. But irons, I think I want to get a set of the 785s.
Yeah, we actually, we're doing that today. Little kind of spoiler. We done a little look. We had a little look at Matt's irons today, and we have identified something that we feel might be a slight flaw.
It's a good video when that comes out. Look for that this week. I think a set of 785s would be on my shopping list. But yeah, I think the driver will probably stay, unless the way that I'm swinging now, which I have been working on my swing, unless I start spinning it a bit too much. That's the only. I'm saying that in case someone makes fun of me later for changing my driver. Okay, more rapid fire. Here we go. Good question. When you fit someone for a shaft and someone is on a budget, which is absolutely fair, do you factor that into how you go about it? Yeah.
The worst. I mean, it's so counterproductive to go through the full fitting process. At the end of it, give a recommendation based on something that's outside the person's budget.
Yeah, it's pointless.
It's pointless. Pointless for everyone. Pointless for the player. They're going to have a bad experience. Pointless for the company. They have no chance of helping.
We're not going to buy it. So what the hell's the point? Yeah. Best thing you can do is tell your fitter what you'd like to spend, and they will do their best from there.
And that is actually on how to prepare for your club fitting.
It might have been the number 1 tip. Okay. I said 6 o'clock. Okay. 2 more.
1 minute.
I'm gonna forgive us, guys. I'm gonna catch up just in case there's any last minute. Mitch is asking about the F9. We didn't end up doing the F9 tonight, Mitch. Did not quite work out. We're gonna wait until we get the full selection of heads. We only had a low lofted head. It wasn't good for Alan.
And actually hit it as well. It was interesting, Mitch. It might be a bit of a sign as to what type of driver it is. I couldn't get any numbers from it.
Yeah, you were spinning it.
I was spinning the absolute.
And I think both of you were tending to low strike it as well, which maybe, I'm not sure why, but just the way it was working out for you guys.
Yeah, Hopper's asking there, any plans for a swing robot? We do have plans for a swing robot. We have more plans, actually more immediate plans to go and actually work with a swing robot. So that's the most immediate plan.
Most realistic plan, because the swing robot costs about $200,000.
$200,000 for us to get one of those.
So we want to go to. There's a facility in San Diego.
San Diego. I mean, in all honesty, guys, we wanted to build the ultimate golf lab.
Yeah,
that was the idea initially. In all honesty, what we could do for you guys with $200,000 is so significantly different.
For sure.
Better.
And I also think we can still, like, the swing robot idea is great, but we can just get use of one by going to facilities like that and having some partnerships. But probably won't be buying it next week.
Right, pick one more.
Last question. Appreciate all your questions tonight, guys.
Really
sorry, this is a lot more than usual. I'm sorry we couldn't stay on for as long, but I got to head out.
For sure.
Mike's asking, yes, Mike, we will get to Honma clubs.
Yeah, the TPT's worth the price in terms of increased performance. I think with any shaft, price doesn't always lead to performance. Higher the price doesn't always lead to higher the performance. They are a great option if you need what they offer, which is stability.
It is very stable.
Lots and lots of stability.
Okay, this was good. A little bit short and sweet this week. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yeah.
We're going to try to get in the habit of doing this once a week, time permitting.
For sure.
I'm sure we'll do it once down at the show. We just got to get some quality Wi-Fi connection if we are somewhere that's the case. But we will be releasing 4 to 5 videos before Sunday or Monday. And then we're going to try to release around a video or so a day while we're at the show. So we got a ton of stuff coming up. So I'm looking forward to that.
I can't wait.
Ian's going to his real home, which is Orlando, Orlando, Florida. You may think he's Scottish. He's not.
Nope. Orlando passport's getting looked out.
Welcome back, Mr. Mayor. Okay.
No, nothing more to report here.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Soon.
Big week coming up next week. So hopefully next time we see you on a live, we will probably be we'll be down there, won't we?
Yes, we absolutely will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
But follow us all social media. Twitter, we are starting to become more active on. Instagram, the main one we're most active on. Follow us on that.
Yeah, the official TXG is
the
handle.
Official TXG is the one. We'll be very active on that one. My own personal one at Ian Fraser Golf. You need an Matt Blois golf one.
Can I just have at Matt Blois? I don't have a golf. But do you have 2 Instagram accounts?
No.
So then why do I need 2?
Because you have your business you have your personal stuff on Matt Blois and you need a golf one. You're a celebrity now.
I don't want 2 accounts. I post golf stuff on my personal one.
Just bring your pen for signing autographs when you're down there.
I post golf stuff on my personal one. I really do. The only difference between my account and yours is that you wrote golf at the end. Somebody agree with me. I'm going to end the stream in the comments.
Guys, appreciate you watching.
Cheers. See you later.